material that we wanted to
Yeah.
use.
So we have the section 6 cap out bid, and some of the contractors have brought up the use of irving short-hair paper fiber.
Yeah, I've already heard about it.
That's not what we want. We're not using.
We understand that.
Yeah, that's a signal.
I remember that one. But there's another short-hair paper fiber that does not have any biosolids in it. It's RMI. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Where are they located?
They're in Vermont. It's purely short-hair paper fiber.
Is that where
No,
that's
No good, right?
No good.
Well-
We've done a fair amount of homework on this one.
We've done with New
Because
Hampshire
of
and
another
Vermont.
situation that has nothing to do with the landfill. And the way that the town's bylaw has been interpreted, at least within the town, is that if that fiber comes by way of a treatment process involving water with a contaminant of any sort, physical, chemical, otherwise, the removal of that material from that flow then constitutes a treatment process and the creation of a sludge. And that is verboten in Barry. The importation to Barry from that material from outside of Barry would not be allowed under any circumstance for any application. And we're pretty much,
Well, that's why we wanted.
Yeah,
That's why
Yeah.
we wanted to air.
the board's
That's
been
right.
the board's been boxed into that.
Yep.
That
They hauled it into town last summer, and they ended up hauling it out to Hardwick, and Hardwick took it. And it came from a place in Vermont, and then from there.
So,
Good.
Thank you.
that answers your last question.
That's
Short and sweet.
That's all.
Okay.
Good you brought it up.
Well, we wanted to-
Your name again? Mike Dana.
Mike joined us a few months ago. And he's-
I was gonna say, I haven't seen him before. I don't think, maybe once.
No.
No.
We're gonna see him often now because he's gonna be.
That's right.
Managing the project here.
Okay.
Okay.
In
Thank you.
relation to Ed, Mike?
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask exactly. This could be age discriminatory. Son?
Yes.
Very good. I know it.
All right.
All
Gary,
right.
we're ready for your report.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
See you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I guess most of the stuff I was going to review what you went through with waste management just now. I want to just give a couple of hints. I'll start at 6. It will be short. You know, they did the hydro seeding on 6. It didn't adhere and had to germinate it, so we are getting a little wash off of the silt. They put up that silk barrier, perimeter barrier, berm,
Yeah.
and that didn't hold, so what they did, they put rolled straw, I guess it is, around the inside perimeter of the plastic. That didn't help them good because the crevices that it created are so deep now that the only thing they can do is construct the site again. They haven't got a bulldozer to reconfigure it because it's got deep grooves from the runoff, all right? My contention is that, and with another thing Tom said about leachate. If you remember conversations about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, Waste Management stated to cut down on the collection of leachate to the lagoons, that they put a plastic perimeter around. You know where they are. It used to be crushed stone. They had like a chasm, they collected all the wastewater. Well, they capped that, all right, with a plastic membrane. So now the water isn't collected, it goes off into the groundwater. And my concern is what's going to happen down the road. All that chemical dirt, medium dirt, there's different chemicals in it. It's gone to the east, south, and west of that slope. And it does go into deposit areas where the water collects and washes down as silt into the catch basin and everything else. But mainly what's happening is I can see the only way dispersing that, what it did, it took it, put it into the groundwater collection. Because now it isn't directed into the leachate lagoons or waste into the Finger Rivers that go through the site. So that's something to think about in the future, all right? So the perimeter is still buried, haven't done any work on 6 and 3,
Yeah,
4
keep
months.
going, because they're writing.
Yeah, but the other thing is, we had 2 washouts there, you remember, one before you went on vacation and one after the last rainstorm. It goes into the collection basin and they're excavating it. And the guy that's down there, Rusty, stays upon it, he's usually there the next day, but still have to excavate it out of the collection basin, all right? I hear that future solving of the problem is going to put those cement blocks that you see down there, the scale in there, and build up a wall. My only contention with that is, I don't know how close, maybe Mark knows, the liner goes to that catch basin. Because when they build a road, it's built over the trash, and they have a slope, because, it's built on it. And how close that is to the catch basin, I don't know, and I'm just worried about through the excavation or the medium, and that's a new job of putting these blocks in, are they going to disturb that membrane, all right? And that's what confines all the trash and keeps the leach in it. You know what I'm talking about, Mark?
Not really.
Okay, you know where the catch basin is?
Yes.
All right, you know the road right on top,
Mhm.
all right? And then you got the catch basin here, right? It goes over to a perimeter near the water, roughed out into those streams. But where the catch basin ends, I don't know what the distance is from the capping of 6 to that catch basin.
It should be on the inside.
It isn't though, it's on the outside. And it's on this side of the road. So I know that because I've seen what I did because I've been there for years. So that's something we're going to have to keep our eye on. All right, these guys are going to do the construction, and Tom probably knows better. I don't know if it's 10 feet or 15 feet from the perimeter of that catch basin. But that was my concern.
All right, if Mark comes down when you're there next time,
Yeah, I can show
it
him,
to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I can just, while they're still here, the last time they were in, we agreed that it would make sense for us to get together with them at an opportune point and review their activities as we're
Yeah.
ramping up for spring activities
All right,
and
we haven't
increasing
done that
bond.
yet, right?
We should do that and pick a day while we're all here.
yeah, and that'd be good.
Can you pick a day, or
Yeah.
you guys want to pick a day?
Is there a day next week when
Yeah.
Mike or Tom, or one
Yeah.
of you guys would kind of walk us all around together,
Yeah,
and then
tell
if we
us.
have some questions, we can
Absolutely.
ask you directly.
Why don't you set up a time and date right now, then?
Okay.
Any day's good for me. Monday through Thursday.
What's good next week for you guys? Or one of you guys?
Open.
Even Mike.
We'll make it work.
Mike's here a lot, aren't you?
We'll make it work.
You want to give us a call, Mark?
Yeah, can do that.
We'll make it work. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, the only thing I'd like to mention that they did
Or
is
send an email through Andrea to you, just
That's fine.
pick the day.
One of the concerns I had at the last meeting was the winter freeze up at the collection pipes down in the valley between I-5 and 6. They remedied that. They reconstructed the pipe from the flare going down to which is return going down to the lagoons. They put a brand new piping system, which is nice. You don't have to worry about the freeze up anymore. They put a collection basin on the other side of the bridge with 2 pumps that collect the condensation, which was the biggest problem, I guess, of the freeze-ups. But that problem, as far as I can see, is remedied, and it's excellent.
Yeah.
So the BES doesn't have a problem, they're thankful for it, because now the gas is continuous and the leachate is continuous.
Yeah, good.
And the other thing is that 1.5, again, as I said, I was going to tell you, I was concerned, and I asked Tom and his group just now about the amount of dirt coming into 1.5, and that is 60, 70, 80 truckloads a day, triaxles, and it's coming from various parts. It's at Boston or Connecticut, and it's a heavy weight, and it's on top of decomposed trash. Now, the weight of that soil, again, the reason why I asked him this, is heavier than the content of that soil, and he mentioned something I didn't even think about, the density, the strength of the clay base. They have different qualities, I guess. And my still concern is that cap is 15 to 20 feet higher than solid dirt. The weight of that in and of itself is going to compact that trash over maybe 6, 7, 8 months, 2 years, I don't know, but it is going to happen. Because that dirt is heavier than the trash under, and it's going to give, and it's going to force the leachate out more, and it's going to create more of a volume in spots. So that's something we have to keep in mind and watch out for. And this is after they close, so.
Yeah, but they're still responsible.
I hope so, because that's something to look into, because
They're
that
still
base-
responsible.
yeah, because my biggest concern, if it breaks out on the north side of it and goes into the Ware River, we're in deep shit, you know? So the chemical of that, and right now, it's still a lot of, it's all dirty dirt, or intermediate cover we call, but still dirty dirt. This adds a high capacity volume of contaminants. It meets our specification, but it's still, you know, is there.
Yeah.
So that is my only concern. As far as parameters of 5, it's excellent. They're always taking care of the berms. There any break through the berm lines, they're fixing it right away. And I don't see any more, like we had a problem with puddling up there, remember?
Yeah.
That's been completely alleviated. The other thing is that the flare is, eventually, you know, as Tom says, is going to be moved down to SEC, and it hasn't been done yet, but there's a pump station right at that flare too, so I guess all the butterfly connections and all that's involved is going to be changed, so we never have to worry about a blowout where it goes across the road again. As far as the lagoons, he stated the fact they're keeping up with it. We got wall coming in probably 3 times a day if needed, and the level's staying at 10, 11, 12 feet, something like that, I guess. Frank knows more about that because I never checked the footage that often unless we get a heavy rain. Right? Then I'm more apt to check it. One of the things you might put into your future observation is the lagoons that they secured. The 5 lagoons, there were 6. Now there's only 5 that are dormant. And my biggest concern, and people come up to me all the time with this mosquito virus that's going around, if the water sits in those lagoons through the hot seasons, it's going to create their habitat for mosquitoes, and they're worried about it. Is there a drainage of that? No, I think it's all done manually when the lagoons collect a certain amount of water. You have to hand pump it out into wherever, number 1. But that's something we've got to keep our eye on too. And if, in fact, Tom says they're thinking about closing those, capping them and grading it over, well, these are things you better be concerned about, because people right now are very conscious of the mosquito effect, you know, and
Yeah.
stagnant pools like that do create health problems, you know. So at that, I'm finished. I just let it go, and anything else I had to put into it, I'll add to the next month's meeting, because this has been going on for so long. And Tom and the guys covered a lot of this already, you know.
Yeah.
But there's some of the concerns we had to worry about.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you. You got anything to add to that part of it?
No, I think we're good for now.
It's going to be holler on that meeting. I like to go around with that, because I'm kind of concerned.
Mr. Kossack.
No, he's not here. Mr. Hunter's here.
Huh?
Mr. Hunter, actually.
All
I
right.
have his,
Somebody's out in the hall
Yeah.
Mr. Ricker.
besides Mr.
Oh,
Okay, Mr. Hunter, right? Come right up if you like, Mr. Hunter.
Okay, just,
you guys mind if I leave?
no, thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
There was a fire at Mr. Hunter's house, February 14th. So,
What a
here's,
Valentine, huh?
yeah. So,
Nice talking to you.
Gary sent him, Gary served him this.
Two of the things were done the day before I was served.
See you guys.
Yeah, he said the debris all cleaned up.
Right.
The only concern we have now, I talked to Jason today, Menzel, and there's no water. It's capped. It's capped. You had groundwater in the basement, and the fire department pumped it.
Are you with him?
You can sit right up here.
There was a
Yeah, so, yeah, and they're gonna fix the DPW is willing to come and fix it, but there's water in the basement. I mean, water, it's pretty full. So our concern is there's no water to the house. and you're
The
living
water
there.
was pumped out of the basement
Water had been pumped out by the fire department
and it came back in.
from groundwater.
Uh-huh.
And the meter is not, is disrepair? I forgot what Jason said.
After the meter, though.
Yeah, but they capped it inside. There's something that DPW is willing to go fix, but they can't get in there because the
Because of the
basement's full of
water.
water.
So it's gotta be pumped again.
But he can't live there with no water.
Right.
I bring water in.
We do bring water in.
I can't do
For
anything
our
without pump.
personal hygiene, we do bring water in. to flush our toilet, to have our bath. We do not really cook. We can't
Okay.
cook.
I can
Because,
understand.
but we bring in for our personal hygiene, we have to bring in our own water. That's what we are doing right now. Because we have like kids to go to school.
You have kids living in the house
We
too?
have like, he's graduating in June. He's a big lad, like he's gonna be 18. He's 18.
He's the only one living there?
As a
The only child living there?
Sign in, please.
Yeah,
Just one child, and he's 17?
he's 18 today.
He's-
He's an adult,
It's too late.
two 18-year-old.
So there's two 18-year-olds, yourself, I'm sorry, your name, can you please state your name for me?
Miriam Hunter. That's M-Y-R-I-N-E, Miriam.
M?
You'll write it on there. She'll write it on that
Yes, you can write
paper.
for me. So there's two 18-year-olds, yourself and Mr. Hunter,
Yeah, my sister.
and her name?
Put her name down. She's back there, right?
She back there.
Okay, yeah, if you can please write that in for me.
Just have her sign it.
That my other sister, my big sister.
She's an occupant there?
Yeah, it's 5-bedroom upstairs.
Okay, their name, yeah, her name, please.
So there are two 18-year-olds and how many adults? 4 adults and two 18-year-olds. And you're working on bottled water you bring in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
we have
water.
we have to bring in water every day. Or sometimes we go to Chicopee to get our shower. But we bring water every day.
That's tough. I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, I know, because the water, you
I
know,
was just gonna ask you, what is your plan to rid the basement of the groundwater?
Well,
We have to
yeah,
pump
we
it
have
out.
pump and,
That's what we did last
The
year.
other thing, so that.
But we have a
check
pump
for-
that is killed. We have 2 pumps that killed in the basement right now because of the water it come in. So we're planning to get 2 more pumps to get it out, because if you leave it at 5 degrees, we have to be keeping pumping it.
Even if just get it out one day, you know it's gonna be pumped, should hopefully give the
Yes.
DPW ample time to come in and repair it so you have running water.
I get anything from the insurance company since I checked.
Yeah, they take their time.
I
don't
need
they?
time.
Well, I don't-
That's why the
I'm
debris
ready
was
for that.
outside, because they have to come and get those pictures of those debris that you see outside there. So all those things that we have stored in front of the house was from the fire. Those were from the fire. It wasn't like we just throw them outside.
Yeah, I
Those was from the fire.
And you're waiting for the insurance company to provide the money to take them off.
2 houses flags old at the shop.
Oh, Flagsville house.
But I'm also concerned, smoke detectors working?
No, I got
They need to be working before you spend another night there. They have
That's
to be
what I
working.
say, you see, I say to you, excuse me.
We said it that night.
Yes, I know it. I say to him, what about those smoke detectors, right? And he tell me that we have some in the barn.
Yeah.
Those are no good.
Every bedroom and the hallway.
That's what I say
And
to
if the
you.
furnace is working, there needs to be a carbon monoxide.
The furnace isn't working.
We're not using the
Well,
furnace.
so I'll go by on that one, but you need to
Yeah.
have those smoke detectors working
Yeah.
tonight, or you can't stay there.
Well, I can't do anything about those until
What
tomorrow.
are they missing, batteries?
Huh?
Are they missing batteries? What's the matter with them?
The missing, what happened was I took them down, because it was going off just from cooking.
But you're not cooking now, so that wouldn't,
Yeah,
if you've got them, you gotta put them up.
yeah, I gotta,
Have you got them?
I say they're in the barn. They're
Well, he
just-
thinks they aren't any good in the barn.
huh?
No, you gotta put new batteries in them and hang them up.
Yeah.
Put them up.
Yeah,
Tonight.
That's for your safety, and, we don't
Yeah, I
want
know.
to...
Yeah,
I
understand that.
Fire's not a good thing, and that's what saves lives.
yes, I realize.
And
Yes,
thank
that's
God
true.
a policeman drove by that night.
Yeah, that's true.
Spotted the fire, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Were you all in there?
Yeah,
Whew.
he was the closest to the fire,
Yeah.
because he's downstairs and we are upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And the police came and wake us up.
Wow, scary,
This was-
If
scary.
he didn't see that, you wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, gee, get that alarm.
Yeah.
It's for your safe and everybody else who's in your house.
Well, bottom line is, they don't have no water,
It's just the
Right.
water.
so they can't stay there, tonight anyway, until you get to,
But the insurance, they promised that they were gonna take us out and put us into a hotel at that time. Now they don't, they never say anything more to us about it. Or they said they're gonna write a check. Because,
Do you ever call the insurance company? No.
They should call and tell them what their predicament is.
Yeah.
Because really, they should
You're
not
gonna
stay
have
there
to
unless those
call.
alarms are
He may
working.
not call, but
But
you
they
have to call for him.
yeah, but they were there Monday.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
today?
Yes,
They
Monday.
were there Monday, but I couldn't do it.
They were there, yeah, they were there
So
Monday.
I didn't meet them.
Because it's not every day like they're there. I do like overnight jobs,
Mhm.
so I'm not there.
They called me and told me they're gonna be there Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Well, I'm not gonna be there at 9 o'clock, you know.
Because I was at work
So they
9
says, well,
o'clock.
you don't have to be there, but somebody has to be there. Well, somebody was there.
But they came and they said they're gonna clean the house and they're gonna do infrastructure, whatever, structural cleanup. But all they want is just the water out of the basement.
Well, I think you have to call them and tell them you're in a big predicament. You can't stay
Yeah.
there if they don't get out there and provide you with the money to let you do these things.
You know,
But you gotta be very insistent. Wow.
I think the insurance company, I own property, insurance companies mandated to put these folks in a
Okay,
hotel.
that was it.
Well, tell them, it's time to be in a hotel.
Yeah, they're mandated, the insurance companies.
Until they get it
Fixed.
back,
Screw you around.
everything fixed, so you can move back in.
Yeah.
So, push them on that issue.
Yeah.
But you'll have to push them, they won't voluntarily do it if you don't push them.
But I'm really not concerned about the water, just them
Yeah.
smoke detectors.
Okay,
If you
yeah.
go and stay there, that's your problem, but them smoke detectors have to be working.
I can get them in.
Okay.
The insurance
They
companies
let
should
you
put those in too.
Well, I don't know what the issue is. I wasn't there.
They really should be living with
I
no
haven't
water.
seen the insurance people,
That's against the sanitary code.
because guess what, we use like, I know hygiene because I'm in the public health, because I have to deal with people, I'm a caregiver. I know personal hygiene, and I know what is it if we don't have running water. But I use a lot of chlorine, Clorox,
Yeah.
in our bathroom, get our bathroom flush, because we have to flush the bathroom. The kids, we can go to Chicopee and we can have our shower, because we don't really...
You have family in Chicopee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have family in Chicopee, Springfield.
Well, I think you gotta push that for accommodation. You gotta get a hold of that insurance
Insurance
company. You
company.
can't let it ride,
Yeah.
but you gotta get those,
Yeah.
Well, by the end of the week, everything's supposed to be in normal.
you check them by the end of the week?
By the end of the
The
week,
smoke detectors have to be working today.
Okay.
all you have to do is get the batteries
I
and
can
put
get
them
my
on the
picture
phone.
tomorrow.
I really don't want them staying there unless they're working.
Yeah.
And they really need to have water. I think
Right,
that's
they gotta have
Yeah.
water before
Yeah, I
they
know.
move back in.
condition deemed to endanger. 24 hours should be repaired, or they can't be there.
Yeah.
So what about like, tomorrow, to get like the water to pump out? The pump doesn't pump it out, it doesn't pump it out one day. The pump does not pump it out one day.
I don't know what,
Because
I don't know what
if
the
we
DPW requires.
if we leave here, one child is not gonna go to school. Because we're gonna be in Chicopee, how is that child gonna get to go to school?
Well, he might have to miss some school till you get back in your house.
That
You
is the
gotta
last-
get that water
that is the
pumped.
last-
As soon as that water's pumped, DPW will come and repair.
Now, can anybody be around the house tomorrow?
Well, I'm gonna be around the house tomorrow,
Because I was gonna say, maybe you could get
meantime.
DPW maybe with the pump and pump
Well,
it while
fire
they...
department- department's-
did it. but
Huh?
The fire department did it a few times and they just got tired of doing it.
Yeah.
If you can get one more call to them to see if they'll do it,
If you could, yeah, possibly get them to come.
they can
and
get it
then-
pumped down, they can get in there and get that fixed.
I'd try calling tomorrow
You gotta
morning.
make that deal with the fire department.
Schedule
Right.
with the fire
There's
and
nothing we can do,
DPW.
but I tried calling them in the morning.
The fire department down here, it better we would have to go somewhere else to get different.
There's gotta be somebody out there, you can even go rent a better pump. Rent the center.
Different to regular,
Yeah, drop it in, it'll empty that out. in half
don't
a
have
day.
to be a stump pump,
No.
just a regular pump.
Mudsucker.
But the
Much better, yeah.
insurance,
Yeah, but they still wanna stay there. The insurance isn't our issue, it's their issue.
It's
can't
just
live
like,
there
it's
with
just
no
like,
water.
it's just like,
now, clearly these folks are having difficulty.
Yeah, and we've been working with them.
And you guys have been working real hard with them. And I didn't come for this reason. However, I'm telling you, it should, someone with some chutzpah, with some guts,
Oh, like me?
needs to call the insurance company and tell them, get down there, because these people don't have a place to live.
Sam, that's their insurance company, they need to deal
I
with
know, but
it.
someone has to help, because clearly they're having difficulty. Clearly, a friend of mine had a house fire, the next day, he had a mobile
Why
home.
don't
in
you
front.
call for them, because you're pretty good at it.
Could be his
I
advocate.
recommend you make
Yeah.
that phone call.
If you give me the name of the insurance company and the representative, I'll make the call. But a friend of mine had a fire, they gave him a trailer, they drove a trailer right up in front of his house, plopped it down, made sure they had water, however they did that. They gave him gas, and they lived in there until the house was ready. The insurance company, excuse me, there's a couple of ladies here, is screwing these people around, and I don't mind calling. I mean, I'm not gonna call forever. You give me the name of the insurance company, the agent, the representative,
Pay the guy to do it.
and I'll raise hell, but the insurance companies have a mandate in the state of Massachusetts
He's got an insurance
to take
adjuster,
care of you.
Yeah, but I got a public adjuster that's handling
so
that.
that's who
He
needs
sent
to
me out a
talk.
letter, that's what I'm waiting for, is a letter from him, which I should get tomorrow or the next day. Because he was there Monday. I couldn't be, so
We can let the water issue go one more day, but the smokes have to be on tonight.
I can put the smoke detectors up tomorrow.
And then that water issue's gotta be dealt with by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so if I can help you,
Yeah.
give me the name, and I'll do whatever I need.
Yeah, I appreciate
I'm
it.
just asking also, maybe the Board of Health, the chairman of the Board of Health, put a little fire under the insurance, because you could say that you're gonna be fining the insurance company. You could say the Board of
Notations
Health is
on
gonna
some of
fine
it.
the insurance company if they don't take care of this man.
Yeah, let's see how he makes out tomorrow first.
Tomorrow, maybe try to get in touch with the fire department
And if it
and the
rains tonight, you
DPW
might
so
have
you can
enough.
coordinate.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll check back with you
when,
Yeah.
tomorrow afternoon or
But we
Tuesday
can get some
morning.
batteries in there.
yeah,
Tonight.
I'm gonna put the smoke detectors out.
Can you check back with us? I don't have contact for you except mail. Unless you
No.
want to write down your phone number for me.
That's 774.
You're on camera, you might not want to say it. You can just write it here.
774.
Go ahead.
This scared the cameras out.
8406.
Careful what you say.
I'll touch base with you.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So we don't have Miss
Mr. Kossack didn't come.
and Ms. Cummings?
Her son called me, and he's having some issues, car issues. He called me last week and told me, but he did verify, and George verified that some of the debris has been cleaned up. He had some tenants.
Quite a bit.
Yeah,
Quite a
he had
bit,
some
actually.
tenants there that there were issues. Some of the debris he couldn't remove because it was stolen debris or stolen.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, so it was an issue getting rid of it. So he's going to touch base with us, and I think he's going to try
Okay.
and come to our next meeting. He also has to meet with George. He's got some egress issues, I believe. So, which he's aware of, and he's going to try and
That's
touch base.
Richard, isn't it?
Richard, yes. I spoke with him. I forgot to bring you I'll give you the paperwork for Hope Associates. Alan Hope,
Oh, Rabies.
we met with Mr. Alan Hope on receivership. Receivership is through the court. When we can only send these letters for so long, we can refer them to receivership if they'll take it. They'll take on the case. So George and I met with Mr. Alan Hope, and he goes through the court system. He will take on the cases that he thinks that maybe he
Do we know
can-
which cases?
He's working with us right now on Vernon Ave, and this is what I'm gonna tell you about the letter. So he is going to, well, after our letter terms are up, we told them they have 10 days to clean up since received through constable service.
Uh-huh.
If they do not clean it up after the 10 days, it goes into receivership.
Okay, where's
Our
that
attorney,
located?
so our attorney will contact Mr. Hope's attorney. They do whatever they do through the court system. Mr. Hope reports to the court. They put him on a certain time frame. He puts a lien on the property. He pays the town whatever taxes are owed. There's nothing owed. They are paid up. There's really no fee to the, or cost to the town.
Okay.
So he will enforce what we have been trying to do without us having to go to court.
And which address is this?
So this is,
If there were fines on this, which we don't fine people because we try to help them out.
Yeah.
He would also pay those fines.
Uh-huh.
yes.
Before I took the case, so that's a plus.
So we had Gary serve this, he posted it, he did serve it to Melanie, but she's not the owner, has to go to the owner. So this is the 1516 Vernon Ave. So Gary served this on the 7th and he posted it back on the door, I believe, on the 10th of this month. So she has 10 days to clean up the property. If not, we're sending it to the court system.
Okay.
Good.
So that's what we're starting to do with this pile. We
Uh-huh.
have Chamberlain Hill Road.
Yeah.
We have Hubbardston Road. Pleasant Street, I'll let you read his response, because I don't know if there's any kind of HIPAA laws to discuss his medical, but he wrote this to us in response. So-
Oh, yeah.
So any of these properties that they don't clean up, or they refuse to cooperate, we give them a certain time frame. After that, we can go towards the receivership if it's viable for Alan Hope. He's the one who determines if it is or isn't. So this was the response from Mr. Hollier.
Who was the one on Hubbardston Road?
We actually just sent those out. There was just some debris.
There was one across the street also.
Yeah.
Both of them,
Yeah.
200 and across the
And
street.
205.
Yeah, all right, that's what I thought. I was gonna take pictures of them, but it's that raining today.
We have pictures. And just as a heads up, 1000 West Street, we tried to send him a letter. We tried to serve him.
That's probably,
Shepherdson?
oh, I don't know.
I don't know that, we haven't made any progress with that. But that may be another one that we did.
Well, which one owns it?
Mr. Hope, look at that.
Which one owns it?
Joseph Shepherdson?
Okay, he'd probably get a hold of his brother down at the German house. I think he lives there.
Well, Gary tried, he went to Wheelwright.
German house. What is that?
German house?
Yeah.
You're going down Mechanic Street, just before the daycare. You go down, take a right, you go down Circle Drive, that house on the left, Famine House.
Yeah.
One of the Jefferson boys was living there. I think he's still there.
It's all in his name.
With Shepherdson?
Joe.
When I got busted a while back. But he's been under, I think 4 or 5 years ago, I condemned the house and pulled the power out of it.
Yeah.
It's disintegrating as we talk.
Oh, the house you talked on West Street. Yeah.
The garage already caved in, it's full of garbage.
There's a couple on West Street.
Yeah.
The house is now, crushed plywood is just falling apart. I don't know what kind of animals live in there.
Yeah, the place gotta be condemned,
He spelled
It
it
is
wrong, but did
condemned.
put something on it.
but he's gotta do something with it.
We're never gonna get anywhere with it. That's another one that's, I don't think Hope would take this one because you
There's
got
nothing
20,
there.
25 grand of cleanup or more.
Yeah.
It's kind of gonna be
And-
worth his while. to
and he's
take it
way
into
back on
receivership,
taxes,
but
probably?
He picks and chooses. George and Mr. Hope drove around, and they,
Yeah,
there were
we
some
went to some of
promising
the
ones.
worst ones.
Yeah.
And the other one is, Wally.
Wally Strong.
That's asbestos. That's a $30,000 cleanup. You don't care. We serve them, you don't care. What's he gonna do? Nothing.
Nothing, you walk away.
You're running out of options.
He has walked away, he's living at the scene.
I know
Senior housing.
Asa Johnson was interested.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna pay that kind of money though.
Well, no, I could probably get it for nothing. As far as whatever he wants for it, pay whatever taxes. before
Yeah.
they start going out of whack.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened, if we let them sit for so long, and the taxes just keep increasing, whatever's old, and it just becomes out of touch.
Yeah.
We have quite a few of these, huh?
Yeah, we're trying to explore the other options, so we thought maybe starting with this receivership will give
Yeah.
us a little bit more leverage. So we'll see how that
Yeah.
pans out. That's pretty much it.
Do we
So
have
these
to
are the
be at
ones
the
we're working-
rabies clinic?
That's next on my list. You jumped ahead of me, Peg.
Sorry.
So no, the reminder, next Saturday, it's going to be at DPW. That's on the 26th from 10 to 11. So Gardner Animal Hospital will be running it. There'll be no microchipping this year. They don't offer that. So DPW has Jason has a heads up on that. Building will be available to them. Joan Hamlett would like to attend our next meeting. I don't know if you guys had seen the article. I printed it out if you want it, about Worcester potentially going tobacco 21. And, she's exploring other options. A lot of the surrounding towns are thinking about going tobacco 21. So she'd like to come and meet with us and
But
talk.
see, I don't think that's fair with people from town that are in the service and everything.
Exact words.
Because if they're old enough to serve this country, they ought to be able to do what they want as
You
far
can
as
voice that to
smoking.
Joan.
No, I will voice it to
I
her,
don't
but
disagree
that's
with
not
you.
right.
I don't disagree with you, but she feels like so many
That's
people.
100%.
Yeah, she feels like so many towns are jumping on the bandwagon. She just wants to come.
Well, we don't have to jump on with the rest of the towns.
You don't have to. She'd also like to talk to you about the flavors and things like that.
So, but
Okay.
you could,
Just-
Well, she's more than welcome to come.
Just to add to our regulation,
still jump
if you
on
so
that.
choose to. You can pick and choose, and the packaging, a single serve cigars, they don't like to do that anymore. They don't like to make it cheap instead of
Yeah.
99 cents. So that kind of thing, packaging. So
So there are other issues besides 21
yeah, it's not
that we
just
can
the
deal with.
21,
jump
but
on
it's
that,
just
you would
general.
authorize that, a serviceman would have the right to buy.
I don't disagree.
What they ought to start doing right off is like that market basket or whatever it is on the common down there, make them get rid of all them goddamn pipes.
Those are not
inside.
regulated.
I've
Those
been
are not
trying-
regulated.
Village
Not about
market's the
ants.
same
I
way.
know, they're both the same way.
Yeah, but we
And
don't
they ain't
regulate
smoking
those.
tobacco in them.
We discussed
Oh,
that, I
yeah,
discussed that with her
Green
today.
tobacco.
Yeah, but I
Not
just,
even.
All right.
Other things.
That's fine, she can
okay.
come.
So
and-
she's on our agenda for the April meeting, which is the 11th.
I gotta have somebody make a motion on the minutes
They're long
before
minutes.
we close.
Well, we're not done yet.
They're done.
Yeah, I know, you're rushing me along.
Excuse me, before we close, I'm not familiar with parliamentary procedure, but I just want to reiterate, Kurt, I think you hit it right on the head, and I hope you guys are firm, because these waste management guys, if they can waltz you around, they will. So, be firm.
I understand that.
And
We
as far as that agreement that you said that there is, I'd like to see it, because I'd like to represent that agreement to all the people that I'm the mouthpiece for, because they think that we are getting screwed. Excuse me. I hope.
You're on camera.
I hope television doesn't hear those words.
They don't.
Well, Sam, we have agreements with them in 2006 and 2008, and that's when all that was,
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
if I'm entitled to, and if I need to pay per page, I'll do that. And I just think that we need to have somebody there every time that it's open, because I think they're bringing in, I mean, Kurt asked, I bet if they didn't say anything about that special stuff that Kurt was saying is not allowed, they'd bring it in and say, we didn't know. What do you call that, paper waste?
Oh, yeah, no, that wouldn't come in because the two companies is bidding on the job. It's down to two different
I know, but if
contractors.
nobody...
They already came to me and asked
Somebody
about that, and I
watches.
told them
If nobody
no.
watches them,
Sam, DEP
They can't bring it in.
really, huh?
Yes.
Contractors already know. It's not
I
allowed
hope
in
so.
Barry.
I hope so.
All the soils that are brought in, the board, we get copies of what it is and that's been approved through the DEP.
What if they send in 20 loads of something, and 10 loads is what you've approved, and the other two, when nobody's there, they dump in and they say, nobody's here, nobody's here from the hours of 5 to 7 or whatever.
Well, they can't, because Gary staggers his hours. He's not the same hours every
Yeah, but he
day.
only works 20 hours a week, and
But
we're
they
paying,
dump,
That's
you
what
know,
we're paying for
That's
him.
what he's budgeted for, is 20 hours.
I know, but if we got the money from Waste Management.
We don't.
We did. It was part of the agreement. It
Well-
was a lump sum, and that was with their tipping fees.
Okay,
It was
well,
in the
anyway.
host agreement. They,
Anyway, when I see you.
Satisfied that.
Whenever you're ready, I'll come by and I'll pay for them and you give me whatever you need to. No problem.
if they dump that, haul that sludge in from Vermont, dumped it up there on the landfill dump, up on top, people across the river would be calling the Board of Health, what's that stink down there?
The minute it was dumped, they'd be
Smells,
calling.
smells badly? But can't they come up with the next truck and cover it up? and
No,
say,
it's not
"I didn't
No,
see it"?
not that easy.
You go over to
Peg.
the
All
landfill
right.
dump and
Peg,
dump it
that's
there.
just the administrative order. I just put it with my minutes, but I
Can't be
made
so
copies
bad
for
they
you
can't
by, just
mow it anymore.
by mistake.
Yeah, that's not.
So you don't really need, that's not part of the minutes, that's just the
Okay, let me just give it
What
back
about
to you,
hardwood that's taking
if
that
that's
stuff?
mostly in
What
it.
happens?
No,
is
but
they-
you all have
it's got a
copies. I have
stick
my
over
own.
there,
I have my own.
Okay,
And they're even
I just
more-
made it when I made your
They're
copy.
even fussier than we are.
this
Apparently
isn't
not.
the one we talked about that would
They might have
relate
got
to
their
the
thumb
land.
closed,
No,
but I don't know where
no,
they
no.
That's what I wondered.
No, that was.
That's what I was looking for.
That's executive session
Yeah, that
anyways.
was, yeah, that's something different.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I
Peg,
just
you
will
make a
give
mo-
this back to you.
All right, yep.
Second,
Wait, did Peg make a motion?
I didn't make any motion that I know of.
no, you didn't?
So, I wondered about this, on our minutes, that he would like to get a copy of. Look back on the second page of this minutes.
Okay. And what are you looking at, Peg?
Consultants report, Mark.
Popham.
I wonder if we didn't discuss this with him.
This is what he touched base on with you at the meeting in
A
January.
year ago, yeah,
No.
a month ago.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we haven't acted on it at all.
On the comprehensive site assignment?
Yeah.
Yes, we got it from the DEP. Mark has it. Mark has a full
Okay.
copy of the CSA.
Okay, and then he thinks we should request a new CSA. We haven't done that.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
All right, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, I move to accept the minutes.
Okay, okay, Kurt?
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
All right.
Our DP funds. We have recycled dividends funds as part, we have the small scale grant, which we get the recycle bins, then we have the recycled dividend, which we can use for educational material or use for some kind of improvements at the transfer station. I wanted to talk about this when Mark was here. So we have funds from last year and this year, and we were wondering if we want to use them for anything. We could use them to rebuild the swap shed, you could use it to, Mark felt that maybe.
Some of the
oil-
buildings down there.
Yeah, the
some of
oil storage maybe needs another overhang, or the oil would,
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that, he says, because maybe there was some runoff. So we have funds, if you guys want to brainstorm a little, think about it maybe for our next meeting.
Okay.
If there's something
Well,
that we want to
next time
repair.
Mark's down there, have him make out a list of what.
He said to me, he just thought off the top of his head that
Yeah.
with the oil, the waste oil.
Yeah, that was a big thing, because the water was going into the
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so maybe do it on overhang, I mean, we have the money,
Yeah.
and we don't have to spend it, we roll it over every year, so we have last year's and this year's.
We'll spend what we need for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, let's spend it. No.
Okay,
Should we
maybe-
move to do that?
Maybe we'll check with Mark at the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, and if, or if you guys, next time you're at the transfer station, notice anything that you think. I mean, I thought that the swap shed did need some flooring repair, but then I wasn't sure if they were gonna use that or the old one. What was in the old one? That's empty?
Oh,
The paint
paint.
shed.
Paint shed.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were gonna use that, so,
We don't collect paint anymore.
no. But we are getting a 40-yard roll-off down there, covered roll-off for the mattress recycle grant that we got.
Okay.
So they take the mattresses through DEP.
Mhm.
We can recycle them.
And where'll that be, up above or down below?
Probably down below because it's covered. You'll have to walk them in.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked them, I referred them to Patrick to talk to him when they could take delivery and the location.
Okay.
So we will be recycling those, so they'll be free of charge for the residents.
Oh, good.
So that's
Good.
another thing. Potentially, they can take pretty much anything like that's mixed, like recliners, because it's metal, wood, and upholstery.
Huh.
But there may be a charge for that. That's something Patrick has to discuss with
Okay,
raw materials company, so
Yeah.
that's kind of...
fair enough.
So that's all you missed.
Supposed to be somebody in Barry that
Oh.
built a machine that takes the mattresses and takes the metal out of them and takes the fabric off.
Somebody here in town?
Yeah, I heard this a couple of years ago.
Huh.
Okay. I have something from QREC for you to sign. She gave me 3 copies. I'm not sure if each member signs for the board on each one. That way, if we change members out or whatever, she was trying to make it simple for...
Who's electing this time?
You're up in April.
Good.
So I think each one of you just sign here. This is for the
Nobody pulled
QREC.
papers against me either.
Okay, so that's one,
We're
and
glad
then
you're
one
there.
for Peg. I think this is how she wants it. If not, we'll have to do it, because she
Why don't we
needs each...
put all the signatures on
Because
one?
there's just, she gave me 3 copies, so, because for each member, I'm assuming that's why she gave it to me. I'm not sure, so I say, we'll just sign them. If she needs it different,
Okay.
you can sign it. Sign your life away. Or, yeah, because they have to be signed for each town. That's part of the QREC,
What's that?
the Quabbin Regional Health Coalition, the Emergency Health Coalition.
Oh, so I get,
Nope, that's it, you just
Just-
sign once.
Okay.
Each town has to sign.
Do we, each of us have to?
Just one, just one.
Okay.
And if she needs you to sign it, all 3, then I'll just give 2 more copies.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
camera still rolling?
They will be, yeah.
Who's gonna shut them off?
I don't know, either Faye or Heather will shut them off when they leave.
Oh,
I don't really know. I did contact the food bank. I was asking them if they wanted a partnership with the Board of Health. Maybe we get out
Oh,
there
there's got-
and do something, maybe do a fundraiser, which we can't really raise funds. We can promote them. But he said they're looking for volunteers, so they can always use the help. I know you're not around during the day, but
yeah.
I thought maybe.
They do it in the evening, don't they?
They do at 10 to 11, the second Wednesday, I think it
Oh,
is.
that's when when they hand them out.
Yes.
But they get
Yeah.
stuff ready
Do
the
it
night before.
The night before on Tuesdays, and I was talking to Heather about that, and I was thinking maybe I would represent the Board of Health, go there once a month for an hour,
Oh, it's wonderful if you will.
possibly,
What's that, what's this?
for the food bank.
Oh, yeah, they're looking for help.
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
have public health, so I thought maybe,
They do a good job.
you do
Gonna
the
make a
Meals on
motion
Wheels,
to
so I
adjourn.
figured maybe we could do our part, so.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
make a motion
Yeah.
to adjourn?
I moved, didn't I?
Oh, wait a
I
minute,
moved now.
you're moving now.
She moves now.
I thought we closed up already.
No, we did the minutes.
Okay.
Peg,
What?
motion to
Second.
adjourn?
Move to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
6:38.
Maybe by the time we have the next meeting, I'll be able to hear you.
Maybe.
Hearing aids, are you?
Yeah.